Hi everyone, I'm Matt Bach, Senior Appian Developer at AVIO Consulting, and today I am going to be walking you through Appian's recently released COVID-19 response management application. It provides capabilities to companies that need help tracking the health of their own workforce or help in tracking COVID-19 related incidents that may be affecting their workforce. It is free for existing Appian customers and can be downloaded from the Appian App Market and can also be provided for free to companies that are not existing Appian customers that have over 1,000 employees. Appian will give you a free HIPAA compliant cloud environment with the application pre-installed if your company has 1,000 employees or more, and you can use it for up to 6 months, and it is provisioned to unlimited users. I think it's a really classy, great move on Appian's part, and I recommend it on those grounds alone to try it out. I do think the most obvious use case for it, particularly given if you get a HIPAA compliance environment provided to you, is in the healthcare industry. But I would say that it can also be used across other verticals. Today, I'm going to be presenting it from the perspective of a financial services company to try to demonstrate that. I have played with the application for a while. At this point, I can definitely recommend it as a useful tool for any company looking to better handle the COVID-19 pandemic amongst their own workforce. It uses robust self-reporting tools and case management capabilities. It keeps employees in the know in real time. And again, I do think that any company looking to ensure their workforce remains safe and productive should definitely check it out. So let's jump in and take a look. So to start, I will log in with an employee account that has basic permissions to show the main bits of functionality in the application. I'm going to log in as Trevor, who is a loan underwriter at this financial services company. When he lands on the home page of the application, he's met with a variety of options. The primary options are the ability to say that he needs help, whether this is he's sick or he needs access to documentation or more information on something. He can do that from this screen. There is the ability to report an incident. This is something that Trevor may have seen that he wants to inform the company about that would better help keep people safe. This has some more robust information that can be collected, including who was impacted besides Trevor. There's also the ability to check in as an individual. This provides any employee with the ability to say where they're currently located, if they've been in the office, if they're sick, been exposed to anyone that's sick or is caring for anyone that's sick, and then importantly mention whether they are working in the office, remotely, on some kind of modified schedule, or that they are unable to work. And this plays into the overall larger level reporting that I will get into later. There are other bits of functionality like the ability to volunteer to help out. This allows Trevor to say, again, where he's located. And so this plays back into some of the other functionality on the other screens. When you place a help request and say where you're located, Trevor's location gets mapped against that, as does the locations of other volunteers, so that the volunteer closest to the request for help can provide that help and create efficiencies there. Trevor can also opt to help out virtually, in which case he may be a touch base or sounding board, for example. There is a dedicated resources page that includes helpful links and documents that can be downloaded, instructions, how-tos, how to handle incidents, and those types of things. There's a facilities page as well. If the company has multiple locations, they can all be accessed here by any employee, and lists out the status of those locations. So in this case, this financial services company has 17 different locations. One of them is closed, 2 are being deep cleaned, and one's being quarantined with the intent of being cleaned and reopened. So let's put everything into better perspective. The scenario at this point is that Trevor is unfortunately sick. Over the weekend, he developed a high fever, got in touch with his doctor. His doctor recommended he stay home because he's symptomatic of COVID-19. So from the homepage of the application to help his company understand the current state of his health, he can go to the check-in screen where he can provide his current location in case he needs on-site help. for any reason. He does want to report that he worked out of the Louisville office last week. More on that in a second. Current work status is unable to work given how ill he is. He is currently sick and is in self-quarantine per his doctor's advice. He has been exposed to people that he thinks are sick, and that was at the Louisville office. So we'll check yes on that. He's not currently caring for anyone who's sick, but he does want to create an incident report because he's concerned that the illnesses he witnessed last week could make other people sick as well. So we will submit this and move on to create an incident report. From here, there's more information about who's potentially affected by what Trevor witnessed last week in the office. He saw people coughing and generally just looking ill. So he's going to fill out some information about that. Who's at Louisville, Colorado location seems sick, and he believes that he's sick because of that. There are some incident details that we can fill out for this. The overall impact being that Trevor cannot work. He's going to need to be on PTO or sick leave until he gets better. This happened in North America. This is a critical priority given that it seemed like other individuals were sick and could be putting others at risk. The incident happened last Thursday is when he saw folks. So far, he doesn't know necessarily who might be sick. We're just going to say that Trevor was the one impacted. He was the reporter as well. They'll put his phone number in so he can get contacted directly by the command center, which are the application administrators, and we'll show more on that in a moment. And we'll submit this incident. So we've checked in, we've created an incident. At this point, the final thing Trevor needs is help regarding what to do next. He wants some documentation on maybe when he should return to work. So he'll click the I need help functionality. We'll opt in how he would like to be contacted again with his phone number. And he wants to be contacted via his personal email since he's on sick leave. He's not going to be checking his office email as often. Virtual support, definitely, so that he doesn't expose anyone. His address in case it's needed. This is of medium importance, but he does want to know specifically information about what to do next. We'll submit a request for help in this regard. So I've logged out of Trevor's account, and I want to show now what the application looks like from the command center role's point of view. There are the trackers like Trevor, the more basic users that can report on incidents and request help and check in. And there's the command center, which administers the overall state of those requests, make sure they're being attended to. And any member of the organization can be part of this command center. I'm going to demonstrate from the point of view of Carla, who works in human resources. I'll log in with her account now and show the added functionality she has access to. So upon landing here, we see things look mostly the same, but there are 2 extra tabs for volunteers and reports that allow the command center to administer who has volunteered, match them up appropriately with the help requests and incidents that are coming in, and then the overall reports, which I will show more later, that show the overall health of the organization and how these incidents and help requests are being dealt with from a macro level. The command center will spend a lot of time working with the help requests and incidents. I'll dive into the help requests tab now. We're going to be mostly focused on unassigned help requests, making sure that anything that has not been currently addressed is being dealt with. So here we have 2 of them. I'm going to look at Trevor's now. He said he would like information about what to do next now that I have requested sick leave, as we saw logged earlier. So we'll drill into this. So Carla is busy right now. She's dealing with a lot of different requests. She chooses to match this with a volunteer other than herself, and she's going to give it to Callista and assign the case. I'm going to shift gears briefly to talk about Callista. Callista is also a member of the command center. She works in IT. She is volunteered to help administer the application. So the point being that any member of an organization can be part of the command center and help align volunteers with help requests and incidents. I am going to look at an email that Callista got because Carla matched her up with Trevor's help request. We see Trevor needs your help. From here, she can link directly to that dashboard that Carla was looking at. I'm going to log in with Callista's account. And from here, I can see the information that Trevor requested. He wants information about what to do next now that he has requested sick leave. Calista knows that this information is located on the resources tab. She calls Trevor to get in touch with him and then marks down what the details were of the conversation that they had. She can comment here. And because Trevor knows what he needs, she can close out the request for help. Beyond addressing help requests, the command center is also going to want to keep an eye on reported incidents. We'll tab over to that. Again, filtering to unassigned is typically what a command center user is going to be focused on, making sure that all incidents that are not being addressed are getting picked up. We just have the one currently. This is what Trevor logged, saying that the Louisville location seemed to have sick employees last week. We'll drill into this. Calista is going to pick this one up because she has time. She'll update the incident with her name, mark it in progress, update it this way. So now this is going to show up in everyone's queue as in progress that Calista's working on it. She's also going to add a comment saying that this is important to know. She's going to reach out to the VPs and ensure that everyone's aware of the situation so we can decide whether to keep the location open. And we're going to comment that everyone that logs into this dashboard can see this comment to know the state of this incident now. And finally, before we wrap up, I want to demonstrate two more bits of application functionality. These are exclusive to the command center level employees. Those would be the volunteers tab, which shows a list of everyone that's opted in to be a volunteer. So far, Carla and Calista are the only folks who've done this, but anyone with access to the application can opt in and mark down where they're located geographically so that they can be lined up most efficiently with outstanding help requests. The reports tab is particularly useful, I think. When you land on here, you see all the information about the active employees you have and the open facilities that the company has. When we started the demo, we saw that there were some facilities that were closed or deep cleaned. That's reflected in an aggregate statistic. Using the check-in functionality, we can see the employee distribution. We saw Trevor use that earlier. 2 employees have checked in so far. Trevor's unable to work, he's sick, and there's another employee who's remote. As more and more employees use the application, this data will get built out and self-report so that you can get a better idea of how your overall organization is working. And as a command center user, you would want to instruct your employees to use that check-in functionality to keep the company up to date on everyone's health. The incidents tab shows aggregate level data about the incidents that have been reported. This is Trevor's. This one's currently in progress, and this is what Calista's working on. And the help requests, we see one still unassigned. Calista can get to this when she has time. The other one was Trevor's, that where he said he wanted information. We can see it's closed. So we can see aggregate and detailed information about the help requests as well. So that does it for my walkthrough of the COVID-19 response management application. Again, it's free on the Appian app market for existing customers, or also free for companies with over 1,000 users, in which case Appian will provide you with a HIPAA compliant production instance. So I will include information with this video about how to contact them on that and other information, helpful links regarding the application. I think it's great what Appian's doing. I recommend taking advantage of it. Like I said, in playing with it, I've definitely determined that it's well designed, and I think it's a great application. For any questions on this video, feel free to reach out to us using our contact page at avioconsulting.com/contact. And otherwise, thanks for watching. This is Matt Box, Senior Appian Developer at AVIO. I hope everyone's doing well, and stay safe.